Well, it's hunting season for those of you who go hunting. I'm not a hunter, but I do make arrows for people now and then in the primitive lines. And of course, I own a $1 bow. It's a 25-pound test just to play with. And yet it would be an extremely good self-defense tool if you ever needed one. Push comes to shove, when they take guns, a bow may be your best answer. Be that as it may, with hunting season coming though, and here in the state of Nebraska and around most areas in the late fall, I would use some common sense and tell you that if you go hunting, you're going to be hunted. And that means that the game wardens are out there watching you, and law enforcement in general. Their job is to catch you, convict you, and put you in prison or take a lot of money from you. So study the laws, not so that you can be the good hunter or not to be just a good person, a good American citizen. Do it so that you don't pay more taxes, because that's all fines are. And I've had people talk about $5,000 fines in this area. And so this is something that would be staggering to most people. But it doesn't end there. They can also take your vehicle. And if you got a brand new vehicle, I really don't think you want to lose a $30,000 pickup or such. And it doesn't end there. They can take your gun. It might be your prized gun that your father or a relative or a good friend gave you, or just one that you paid a $1,000 bill for. Again, game wardens are not your friend. They're not going to say, oh, just forget it, don't do it anymore. They have no mercy. And so this is some wisdom I'm giving you. Some of the stories that I've heard, since I'm not a hunter anymore. I hunted and trapped as a kid, but no more. And but I had a guy come up to the candy truck and say that a game warden stopped him and was giving him a hard time. So the old wanting all permits and everything, and he was handing them, but he didn't hand them fast enough. And so the guy got a little irritated at the game warden. He said, well, show me your licenses. And with that, the game warden threw him up against the truck, handcuffed him, and hauled him in and gave him a super hard time and burned up a whole day before he could even get out of jail. And just for saying, I want to see your licenses and permits. He said, I thought you had the right to know who was arresting you or who was giving you a ticket. But you can't say nothing to a cop or game warden anymore. If you do, they turn into the Gestapo, and they will make your life a living hell. Other things, I've seen a kid come up to the candy truck one time and said that he was driving along and a game warden was setting off to the side of the road. And the game warden started to pull out, and he figured the game warden just didn't see him, so he drove out around him. And he said the game warden didn't have his lights on or nothing, but so he drove on around him, and his home was about a quarter-mile away, and as he pulled in the yard, the game warden was following him, pulled in right behind him. He figured he just wanted to talk to him. The game warden jumped out of his truck and ran up to his the boy's pickup, yanked him out of the pickup, threw him on the ground, handcuffed him, and said arrested him for fleeing a police officer or an officer of the law. And he said, you didn't have your lights on? I had no idea that you wanted me to stop. And there were witnesses to see this event, so if you think I make this stuff up, it really happened. And so you've got to be so careful when you're out there hunting. Also, landowners can crucify you, sue you up one side and down the other if you hunt on their land illegally or trespass. I kid you not. I've heard of people having to pay $10,000 just for getting caught and being sued by the landowner. Forget about what the state is going to do to you. And so this is things you want to think about if you're a hunter. This is McCook's Mr. Bill. Rate this film.